Put yours on.
I know, but didn't I do that?
Clint's crying weird.
Okay.
Put your fucking mic on.
Oh,
My mic is
we're
on.
live.
Look at, I'm hot. Hot mic back
Oh,
here.
you hear that?
Yeah, they can hear
We're
it.
live. I
And
have no comments yet, though. There he is.
There we go.
Meredith
First
first
LOL
one.
from Meredith Crossan. So, like, only 3 of you in here or what?
Yeah, what's going
Got some
on?
YouTubers.
Oh,
Here we go, says Jiggin with G. That's right. All right. Anyone know why the Chehalis was closed? Was so excited to make the move and to be on our home river, but can't fish anything. Oh, Kyle, we can talk about that tonight because we're doing Steelhead Q&A. What's up, Zach?
what's going
Rain
on?
probably lost because you guys were probably taking side pots on the time. I see it. Oh, there's a Facebook comment. Yep, here we are. Yes, yes. All right. What up, ADX? Wow, they are early. Yeah, sure. By our standards,
Yeah.
Hey, we start when we want to start. That's right.
That's how we roll.
Marlino in the house. What's up, guys? From Michigan
when we want
here.
to.
We're going to just get fired up. You guys know the drill. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Please share this out to your friends and groups and texts and all that other good stuff. Let's get some people in here. You know, we're not wrapping up Steelhead season, but I think in the next couple weeks we're going to transition. Ooh, that's a hot topic word these days.
Yeah.
We're going to transition into maybe some spring Chinook stuff, some bait prep. Getting gear ready for springer season, but we still have a solid 5 weeks.
What are you going to be transitioning into?
Springer fishing. Cam's
Solid.
mic is really distant. Maybe Cam should
Turn on.
turn on his mic. Tuning in from Tiger, it says Vaughn. Good evening, Joaquin. What's happening? Boss of all bosses. That's right. Mr. Marlino's here tonight. Harmson.
Dude, we should do a Castmaster competition. The first person that sends us a video with a date timestamp or a picture with a date timestamp of a Castmaster in a steelhead's mouth that they caught it on a Castmaster.
I'll send you one at
We'll give 'em a prize.
7:42 tomorrow morning.
You ain't gonna catch shit.
It just ain't gonna be caught on the Castmaster.
Give me one of yeah.
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
like it.
Yeah,
They're
it's
loving
gotta be
the
on a
beads.
Castmaster.
They're loving the beads. My 8-year-old son,
That's the
or
problem.
my
It's when
8-year-old
people cheat.
Bowen, is a huge fan and watching. Well, Allison, tell Bowen hi. I'm sure he can hear us. Hi, Bowen.
What's up, Bowen?
Josh Hansen tuning in from Ridgefield, Washington. Say it with your chest cam. Okay. I don't know what that means. I'd like it if they would do a thing on Idaho steel.
What's up,
and stuff.
Bowen?
Well, Rain, the thing about Idaho steel and stuff is I've never caught a steelhead in Idaho. Have you?
Nope.
I think you went over, didn't you? To steelhead fish? Was just Jordan.
Just Jordan.
Well, so that's as far as our knowledge base for steelhead. I mean, I try to kill as many of them before they get over to Idaho. I mean, in the Columbia River, but you know. So I know a little bit about them.
I don't even get to them in Columbia. I just wait till
Just
they get
trying
in.
to kill. I'm
just
just,
wait
I'm
until
just
they get
kidding.
in
We
their
let them go
homes.
by all the time. Yes, sir. Let's go. Walking on water from Idaho in the house. Yes, sir.
Where can I move to fish steelhead for the next 20 years?
Tillamook.
Yeah. Everyone to Tillamook. No.
Oh my gosh.
Anywhere. Look at the
would you
regional.
say
Look at the regional biologists, and then there's your term. Because if you have regional biologists that are actually doing something and managing things correctly and actually changing things, then things might change for the better as you go through 20 years.
Honestly, if I was you, I would look at Erie, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah. No kidding.
Right.
Yeah, he hit that one on the head. Erie, Pennsylvania. That's right.
There was a lot of steel, but I will tell you, has Lou been talking to you, Cam?
No.
He's trying to come back. He's already wants to come back in like a week.
Let's do it.
He's asking me about the
make it happen.
water and the conditions. And
Just tell him to just.
He's like,
come
I
back.
just
And
want
he
to keep
literally-
catching real ones.
yeah, he literally was like, I cannot stop dreaming about Northwest steelhead. He's like, these steelhead over here is dope. Like, he's like obsessing
ruined.
over it, dude. He's ruined.
Well,
He's
yeah,
ruined.
dude, if he came out here,
He's
I mean,
ruined.
dude, I'll put him in the front of the sled for a week straight. 'Cause I don't know if we're gonna be rafting anytime soon.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. But there's still fishable water. I know it's pouring a ton out there, guys. There's going to still be lots of opportunity for steelhead as we go through the next, like I said, 5 weeks. Let's talk some unconventional lures for steelhead, like the Castmaster Marlin has. Unconventional? I don't know about that. But Rapalas, sure. We can talk about that stuff, you guys. We've got over 250 you guys in the house. Let's get that to 400. We got a prize pack going for Marlin. Want you guys share this out. Be sure to share this into your groups. Get some more people in here. Maybe we'll do a bonus prize tonight. Who knows? It's kind of a open call, open house, if you will. Before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to Stevens Marine, as always, for sponsoring this live feed and helping us, sponsoring Addicted as well with all those awesome boats and help and service. I had to call on Stevens Marine. I had a little
wouldn't it be
cable.
cool if we could get those?
Oh, yeah, never mind that sponsor. Yeah, speaking of Stevens Marine, just 2 days ago, the cable that controls the jet on my jet, I'm fishing in the morning, couple passes, turn the cable, goes ping, let's goes. I mean, it's a wear part. It's 5 years old, 1,800 hours on that motor, so, you know.
It can happen.
It can happen. Broke, called the wife, said get down to Stevens Marine. They had the part in stock. Was able to pick it up, repaired it last night. They had it. It was super easy. They were super knowledgeable. Mike gave me some tips on kind of installing that piece myself because I didn't have time. I had to fish today. Didn't have time to get that boat in. Done deal.
Dialed.
Huge shout out to Stevens Marine as always.
Yeah, I just talked to
Always
Nelson.
helpful.
I'm like, I need to get mine in there, so I'm going to get it in there next
Yeah,
week, I think.
was that today? He just
No, I
tried to
talked
call me
about
when
the
I was
live
sitting there with John.
Talked about that.
No, so we,
show.
yeah, huge shout out, guys. If you need a boat, springtime's coming, all that good stuff. Get them in there, get checked on, get tuned up, get ready.
Sweet. Okay, prize pack. Go to side cam, Clint. Guys, we're going to give away a nice little Acme prize pack here. We got the golden red little Clio. We got the hammered blue, silver. And then, again, I'm going to keep talking about this one because I think this is just a sexy color.
Yeah.
Breaking up.
Sexy color.
Yeah.
And then we're going to throw a couple Castmasters in there. And I want to see some pictures of some Steelhead with a Castmaster. I'm going to make it a goal of mine. I'm going to try to catch one on a Castmaster before
That'd be
the
cool.
season's over.
Dude, that little flat I've been fishing right now, you can...
Drop a Siwash hook on that thing.
Well, you also just swing smooth. I should do that.
Hang on. Do your mic. That's really loud.
Sorry,
Okay,
guys. Sorry, I'm sorry.
if you guys want an opportunity to win that little 5 lure prize pack from our amazing sponsor, Acme Tackle, all you got to do is share the live feed, guys. Let's get a bunch of people in here. Tonight we're just going to make it like a big open discussion. So we just want to talk about anything winter steelhead, anything question, Q&A
Ask
that
your
you guys
questions.
want to talk about. We're going to let you dictate it. And I think that you should get a paper or something because there's already been a bunch of stuff that's
Well, we
come
can do,
in.
I saw some. You're right. I should get a piece of paper or my phone, but we can even
Or
utilize the
Clint, you know,
whiteboard.
if our
Or
producer would have been producing,
a
he would have
whiteboard.
favorited a bunch of the really cool things that
Ooh,
came
that's
in.
a good idea.
What's going
How
on?
many are coming in?
What's going on over here?
Clint, there was a lot that
It's
came
rapid
in at the
fire.
beginning. People were asking all sorts of questions. What
Well,
are you doing,
don't
bro?
Re-ask them. Keep asking them, guys. We'll get to them.
regardless-
Super chats also work really good for that.
Get your questions in, guys, and we'll get them written down or we'll get them favorited. Clint will get them, and then we'll start just covering all these different subjects. But if you can, please, guys, share the live feed out there, text message some buddies, whatever you guys like to do to share this out there for us. Thumbs up the video, and then just drop some comments. Get some questions going here. This live feed's going to be really boring if you guys don't ask questions. We're literally all just going to sit here and look at the camera.
Awesome. I can do that.
Yeah. Whiteboard for the win. Why does everyone love the whiteboard so
I don't
bad?
know because I think it's painful to watch, and I think they like to watch me try to
Struggle through it.
struggle through it. So I think it's just a glutton for punishment. These people, they're kind of sadists or something, you know. They're just like we want painful.
I just want to
Yeah,
watch how you
favorite
struggle.
that one, Clint.
I
Yeah.
hear ya.
Yeah, just start.
Biggest-
So again, guys, if you're just now tuning in, you're just seeing the live feed, get your steelhead questions in. Anything you guys want to ask except locations. We're not going to answer any of those.
A whiteboard sesh on how Cam is going to catch steelhead on soft plastic. We were talking about it today. It has not. It's got to set up right because it's got to be a day.
Thanks for the super chat, Amacat. We got that favorited. We will cover that for sure for you tonight.
Yeah, the soft plastic thing is happening. It will happen.
It has to be.
It has
right.
to happen. But right now we're going to be looking at a week of probably not favorable rafting conditions. But you know what? It's coming. Just stay tuned. We've been doing some other filming and having some other fun shenanigans that are going to be coming out soon. What's up, Aaron? Yes, sir. Oh, wait, what's that? Any technique changes for late season steelhead? That's a great question. Yes, sir. Can us ADX get a donation section for kids? I lost that one question. Or anything you guys anything you guys do to let us give back? Well, we do have one little thing tonight that we'll talk about, but we'll try to maybe bring in something here in the near future for, like, you know, kids and whatnot.
Dude, Clint, all those questions.
Yeah, these are
any question, just start
people are
favoriting them.
just
Every
starting
question.
to fire with this. Earthworms, do they work for steelhead?
Yeah, every question, Clint, just start favoriting them, and we'll start covering through all of them.
Have you ever
Pontoon versus raft. Great question. Holy crap. Does cold weather affect fishing? Yeah, it's miserable. Don't do it. It sucks.
Ben Adams, I feel like
Why
I've
are you
seen
skipping
that name
ones?
a lot.
I'm so confused.
Which one?
Right there. Why are you skipping them? Are you not reading them?
Do you want your weight to
It keeps moving.
Oh.
Depends.
Yeah.
Depends
Oh,
what-
yeah. These. Wow. You guys
depends
are.
what
Yeah, do that one.
presentation.
So get that
Wow,
one
yeah,
from,
this
from
is a
Miguel.
lot.
Get
This
that one. No, down two.
I mean-
right there. Yep, do that one. I want to react on that. That'd be fun.
Well, we got our topics for tonight.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, here they are.
There's a lot to this. You guys are awesome.
Here
Let's
we
make
go.
a couple announcements
Is the
really quick,
bet
guys.
still
before-
on from last week? Todd, absolutely. That's what we were talking about. Jason
What's
and I
the
have to
bet?
kind of coordinate. If I could catch
Oh, that's
a
right.
steelhead doing bass techniques with soft
That's
plastic.
right.
Dude, I'm
Dude,
stoked to
I like
do it.
this one.
Go ahead.
Jason's gonna mop him, dude.
Wait, how long
Oh,
does
yeah.
tag
Cam,
ends
you wanna
have
net
to
this
be
one
for
too?
steelhead fishing?
I like
Yes,
this one.
yeah. I think we need to talk about that with Jason.
What is it?
What?
How long are tag ends need to be for steelhead fishing?
Yeah, exactly.
Man, these people,
I'm out of here, guys.
These
See ya.
people are like these
They
people who
remember
watch this
things
show.
so well.
Oh, dude, it's so funny. I
swear
hear it
you
on the
guys
river
never
every day.
forget.
Something.
Oh, it's great.
Something.
We love it. We love it, guys.
Talk summer, winter, A run, B run, and what and where are they? Yeah, we can. Oh my goodness,
Jeez.
we're gonna have to do this for like the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You guys are good. Well, we'll see if hey, we're only
We
gonna keep
should-
this format if you guys get people in here watching and wanting to be engaged. So
So
Let's see
should
it.
we be specific here? Winter Steelhead Q&A?
No, it doesn't matter. Just let them. We'll rip through the quiz. There's only 22.
when
up
will
there.
Marlin get a heater on our boat? Sharon, I will send you a picture of the heater Marlin needs to get on his boat. In fact, yeah.
Dude,
Just we'll got you.
Sharon,
I've got the best
horrible
heater
question,
in the
Sharon.
world. No. Would you not agree that
I put
heater
it-
is the best heater?
It is. It is.
Okay, here,
very
let's get a
nice.
couple announcements. So, guys,
Okay.
we have our Central Oregon Bash finally coming up. Our Central Oregon movie premiere of
right.
Steelhead Alley. It is next weekend on March 9th. March 9th, guys. So mark your calendars. Central Oregon, March 9th. Go to the website, buy tickets, guys. We still have a ton of tickets left. You guys can get entered to win the Clackercraft trip boat if you show up to the event. I know a lot of you guys came to Portland and came to Puyallup. Thank you guys so much for coming. But if you haven't had an opportunity to see this movie or want to come out and hang out for a fun little party, let's see you in Central Oregon. The tickets are still available on the website. We have kids tickets, a lot cheaper than the adults, and then also the adult tickets. So those are available on the website right now.
Where
And I hope
to
to see a bunch
F
of you
are
guys
all
there.
the steelhead fishing this year? Steelhead this year. They're everywhere, bro.
I wouldn't say I fished fast. I just fished effectively.
What, Clint?
Doesn't.
Okay, second announcement, guys. Everyone that's been asking about the Sportsman Show merch
Yeah.
and all the lures and all the stuff, it will be on the website. We are doing our spring merch drop this Sunday. This Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We do have custom plugs. We have a bunch of custom beads in collaboration with Lured. We had custom worms with DRO. A ton of apparel. Probably the largest. This is the single largest hat drop that we've ever done on Addicted. There's over 130 different styles of hats. I mean, literally for anyone, there's flat bills, there's flex fits, there's an insane amount of styles, guys. So March 3rd, this Sunday, mark your calendars, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, immediately following the Addicted episode, which I think is Jordan Catch and Cook, but I'm not sure. And all this, the Steelhead Alley merch will be on there. A ton of you guys have been asking.
Top, right there.
Yeah, the Steelhead Alley merch. All the people that are from that area or from that region that want to support that, it will be on the website as well Sunday. at 7 p.m. So
look,
I'm stoked for it.
You sent a pin.
Who?
On the pin. Dude, that would be cool. Doing that on a pin?
Appreciate it, Bob. Thanks for the shout out, man.
I didn't read the pin. I didn't see it.
That's who commented.
Oh.
The commenter.
Oh, go up real fast.
Right there.
Yeah. Oh, Cam, I've seen Ohio Steel. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but that's
I
not.
was looking at the question.
There's a lot of things going on.
I mean, I don't know if Ohio can count.
They just put a lot.
Those
It's a
things
target-rich environment.
Well,
They're
and
gonna
they
eat
spend
everything.
so much time with smallmouth when they're in the lake that they start to kind of develop like smallmouth habits.
Yeah. I get it. They're all rubbing fins together.
They learn to adapt
okay,
and stuff in the
makes
lake.
sense. Yeah.
Where our fish don't. You know, they're out there with like
They're alone.
sharks.
They're
and
right.
stuff. So
Right.
they have to really learn.
So they eat less because they're out with sharks. They're out there hanging with the salmon. Thus, also suggesting that smallmouth are a superior species.
Oh, good.
They are pretty badass. I'm not gonna take that from you. Yeah, great to see you too, Bill. Hopefully we get fishing out, get some fishing in soon. You should try to get up here and fish with us before all of our little rivers close.
Great
some
to see you
days
guys.
open.
Portland, woohoo, Redmond. Yeah, how many of you guys coming to Redmond? Did you already ask that?
I didn't. We can ask that.
Who's coming to Redmond?
We got to pick the first winner though. Clint, pick the first winner.
Oh, I was
Acme
giving you
Tackle.
another
No
question to
winner.
answer so you can get another
And then
chance
we'll
at
ask
winning.
that question.
And then we'll ask that question.
And we'll probably end up giving away something else.
There it is, Jimmy C. He says, "Cleo me for the win."
There you go.
Congrats,
There it
Jimmy
is.
C.
Okay, there you go.
What a
You
comment.
just won an Acme Tackle prize pack. Shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your name, your address. Let us know that you won the little Acme pack.
Bam.
And we got some more giveaways tonight, guys. I got some good ones I'm going to
Just
divvy
make a
up.
shirt with a handlebar mustache and name it Tag Ends.
We have to do
No,
a
you know what,
we definitely
somebody-
have to do a Nobody Panic shirt. That was the #1 requested shirt at the Sportsman Show.
Just nobody
Nobody
panic.
panic.
Oh, gosh.
Nobody Panic.
No, but
You mean you wasn't Dave in a downward dog yoga position?
Yeah.
the crisscross Dave.
What are you getting? The second prize pack?
Yeah, dude, we got to get some. Get
Bam.
that. What's the question?
Okay.
Are you coming to Redmond?
Marlon put a bass tournament on 10 buy-in or something. Let's go. Anytime. Bring it. There's lots of them.
Dude, I just keep
What's up,
watching
Ryan?
these tournaments on YouTube. I'm just getting psyched.
I know Mr. has never caught a bass. Did I tell you this
Now
story?
you're gonna block. Thanks,
Did
bro.
I tell you this story? He's never caught a bass, and he's in the front of my boat, and he gets a steelhead bite, and he just freaking, I mean, it's just like, wind down, just whack! I mean, just the most like, just what you're wanting to hear.
Stuck that
While
trout
your
pretty
bass
good.
just drilled it. And I'm like, dude, you got like a wicked hook set, bro. I go, how many bass have you guys like, never caught a bass? I'm like, good God. Don't start that.
He's like, we're changing that.
We're changing that.
Yeah.
Carrot side killing fish the other day. Keep on grinding. I will, Carter. Good stuff.
I'm kind of recovered, James, but not really yet. I've had this freaking sinus sickness following me around for weeks now. It's annoying.
It's no good, dude. You gotta take some vitamins. Take
I take
in the
vitamins
morning?
every day.
Every day.
My whole life.
Man.
Like 20 of them, too. I'm like a weirdo about it. So normally I don't get very sick. But this one's really kicking my ass.
It's from the show.
I know. You guys ever fished the Genesee River? I can't say I have.
When was? Oh.
Put that one on there. Put that one right there. You
This
were
one?
just on it. Nope, down. Down. Right there.
Ooh.
What kind of PLI fluorocarbon do you like? And you don't have to choose between the salmon, steelhead, the tactical, and other types.
Dude, honest. What do you run with?
I like a lot of the SS.
I
Really?
really.
They were like, oh, we didn't. Anthony, they're there, buddy.
Steelhead Gigolo, I have some more getting made right now.
It's the 100-day cough, says the OHSU respiratory guy. 100 days, bud. We'll see you next June. Stay away from me.
Oh, God, the 100-day cough. I hope not. Jeez. I could see that, though. That's great marketing. They probably put that on the news, and next thing you know, we'll all be locked down.
You don't have your 28th booster?
You know, there's a new vaccine.
100-day
for
cough
that.
coming. Are beans effective for coho?
Why is it not on new comments? I'm confused.
Because I'm going through trying to flight. Oh my God.
Come on,
It's like
dog.
a pit bull, dude. You're like
Come on, you know.
I'm more like a chihuahua. A lot of bark.
How do you feel about yarn balls? They're soft and fluffy. That's all
I feel like
They
people
float.
don't use them very much anymore as they used
float.
to.
Yeah. Not.
Oh, that's a good question. Has the
Phil uses them a
holiday
lot, dude, and does really
has the
well.
holiday sweepstake announcement been? Because when did that get over? January.
It
It
literally.
was January 31.
It is. We will do it on the live feed next week.
Okay.
Yep. Next Wednesday, just plan on it, guys. Next Wednesday, we will draw the winners for the golden ticket contest. We're gonna do it live so you guys can watch. It's
Yeah, we
pretty
did it live. It was
entertaining.
fun.
You literally just push a button on my laptop and it selects all the winners. So
Straight up. It's like our randomizer. It's excellent. Just
get Clint and Keystone. No, but there's a Coors Light in there. Are the mountains blue yet?
the mountains blue.
No.
Okay, I think
Trash.
we should fire this up.
Yeah.
Again, guys, we're gonna not try to get like two because we already selected 38
I was gonna
questions.
Gonna say, dude,
So,
this is gonna have to be some
We're not going to
rapid
get
fire.
super in depth with some of these. I think we're
Yeah,
just
some of
going
them
to
we'll
try
have to rip through,
We're
yeah.
really going to try to rip through so we get to all your guys' questions. I think we got almost 400 of you guys watching right now, so we're going to try to like do all this stuff and get you guys going here. So Clint's going to.
You want to start with these ones?
Oh,
Though?
we got to start with super chats. Yeah, that's fair. All right, first super chat from Amocat. Need help chandeliering distance from inline weight to hook. Should this always be set slightly deeper than the water that I'm fishing? That's a great question. Moving on. No, I'm kidding. So
That's no way to treat
one thing, Amocat. It's not a matter of so you're going to set your depth to your bobber stop. If you're not, or you can believe it or not, you can do it fixed float too, and you just your bumper length needs to just be long. But that depends on conditions because if it's really clear, you want that bumper to be really long to give a little bit of an element of stealth. But really, you want that bait kind of dragging on the bottom. That bumper needs to be making some kind of contact with the bottom or be just slightly above it. But you're doing a lot of that depth setting, not with the length of the bumper, with actually the slide on your main line. Because then what happens, then let's say it's 10 feet and you have let's just say a 4-foot bumper, and then whatever your leader is, what's going to happen there is then you want to set your bobber stop to 6 feet, so then it kind of gets down there. You have a little bit of extra, so it gets down on the bottom and does its work. And then if it gets a little bit deeper, it's still down there. You know what I mean? You're using the larger weight on the slide to get it down there, and then the rest of the weight to get it to the bottom. So like I wouldn't
When you're
necessarily
fishing a bead like that, you want it to be like hitting bottom every once in a while.
I think so.
Yes.
The fish are there. That's where the fish are at, right? So I want something that's rolling around the bottom, getting the most natural
So,
presentation it
Not
can.
dragging the bottom.
And the interesting thing to me is I think that's why so many fish get caught on beads, because I think there's a lot of people that when they're fishing like a jig or a worm, they're not
over the top of them.
They're not
Right.
there.
Yeah.
They're not in the zone.
And so with the chandeliering technique, like you have a range, right? Because that bumper is 4 foot long or whatever you're using, 8 foot long. It doesn't really matter because you get your weight close and then you let that bumper do the rest.
Yep.
Right.
And so since it's doing the rest, like you should never really see your bobber chugging. Like it's not bobber dogging.
No.
But it kind of, like what Marlon's point, it opens up that range of effectiveness because if it gets a little deeper, a little shallower, the bait's going to work up and down it. And that's with a bead, that's with a coon shrimp, that's with one of our Midwest special worms. That's one technique I've been throwing around a lot this year and having really good success on it, especially on like no bait rivers. Well, no bait in Washington rivers,
Yeah.
not in Oregon. But regardless, like you can do a lot of different things with it. But it just makes it more effective, and it's not really based on the bumper. It's based on your bobber stop.
Okay.
Agreed.
Next super chat we got from Austin. He says, "Thanks for the Sunday limit, Cam."
Yes, that was awesome. Thanks for
That's a
going.
good segue to ask really
That was-
quick. Are you guys Are you guys got any trips? Are you booking anything? Are you got any openings? Cam's a no.
I have no
You're full.
openings through April.
Through April. What about
through
you?
2024.
I got a handful of days left for March.
In
yeah.
March?
Well, we have to we got
Peak dates.
Dude, you guys gotta
But-
get on that. That's ridiculous.
But there is the closure on the 15th that limits us to a couple rivers after that 15th to about the 25th. That's kind of my range for left open dates.
To touch on that real fast, some
And
of the
then
rivers,
April,
some of the
of
rivers
course.
that are wild only up here in Southwest Washington close on the 16th. 16th. I think the 16th is the last day to fish.
No, 15.
15th is the last day to fish.
So they close on the 16th, but there are rivers that still do remain open. And honestly, guys, like steelhead fishing is going to just keep the presence of steelhead in the rivers is just going to keep going up through the month of March and into April.
Yep.
So
We'll be fishing
Yeah.
steelhead well into April. Probably right up until I start fishing springers.
So hit him up, guys. Hit
Yep.
up Jason if you guys want to get out fishing. Let's get to the next one here. We got another super chat from Robert. Have you guys tried drifting your bead with a bead head nymph dropper out west?
Like an actual, like
Yeah,
a
all
real
the
nymph,
time.
like a
No, you haven't.
like a
No
nymph,
idea.
I don't even know
a
what that
nymph rig?
means.
Yeah, like a nymph rig probably.
I've seen some guys
Like
do
that's
it,
how
but
we,
like on
that's,
a real
I used
like
to fish
nymph rig.
for summer steelhead in a few rivers like that a lot,
Yeah.
especially ones over east.
So
but
they're
not-
using the nymph to weight, then another
then the
line
bead
off a
dropper.
bead. Okay.
Yes.
No,
I've seen it done a couple
I mean,
of things.
not-
There's actually a couple guys out there today doing it.
No, I mean I'm sure guys do it out here, Robert, but we're not. We don't. That's not a technique we use very much by any means. So. And Amicat says thanks, Cam. Very helpful. Appreciate the super chat again, Amicat. If you guys don't know these super chats, again, it's just thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Anytime you guys donate even just a little money to help us, do what we do here and give you guys this content, it means a lot to us. So thanks for the super chats. When are the boys coming to film some giant yellowfin with me in Louisiana?
Whoa.
Joe, shoot me a message on Instagram or something, dude. Let's get it on the calendar. We're
Message
coming.
at Addicted Fishing, and hopefully it's in November. When are the big redfish down there too?
Yeah, Joe, shoot me a message on
Yeah,
Instagram.
that Louisiana fishery has been kind of on a. We've been kicking it around for a couple years
Yeah.
now. Yeah, I would like to.
Okay. Before we get into start diving into these questions, one thing I want you guys to do, because I know we have a lot of killer anglers that are watching our live feed, a lot of killer people. So when we ask these questions, all you guys too, chime in. We want to hear your opinions. We want to be able to read the comments and see what you guys are thinking about these exact same questions, because you guys can help a lot of your fellow community here, just like we can. We're not the all-knowing experts. You guys know a lot of stuff that we probably don't know. So drop comments below and let us know as these questions come through and Clint starts to pin them all. Let's hear your guys' opinion as well in the comments. And the first one is going to be a great one for everyone to drop their opinions. I think we need to get a prize pack going for this one. So drop it in there, Clint. And the first one is, what's your biggest steelhead catch? So go back to normal comments, Clint, so we can read and interact with people. Jason, you go first.
21 pounds.
Damn.
Yep.
What was the measurements?
39 and a half by 20? It was either 20 or 20 and a half. Put it right up.
I love how when you're measuring steelhead, you always like, dude, all mine, I have them down to like a quarter. Like I'm like 30 and a quarter. Like,
Get every ounce of it.
yeah, hell yeah.
I'd have to text my buddy and ask, because I can't. I was on a high. I was like, I didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah, you
Released
see
that thing and I was like, woohoo! Here we go, right on.
What about your guys'
But it was
biggest
cool.
out there? Comment. I see a lot of people are commenting on that. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, we want to know, what's your guys' biggest steelhead? Cam, what's yours?
It was big enough to where we didn't measure it. It was cheating. It was during a program that we could fish closed rivers during closed waters. But that's like, personally, we got a few of them in there that.
39 by
Monsters.
22 and a half is giant.
But I will say, yeah, that's a monster. But I will say, though, a few days ago, we did get a 37 by 20. And it was big. And she was like the biggest round hen. And so, like, in recent memory, that'd be one. But I didn't get it. My client got
Send
it.
it to Clint. He'll put it up on the screen. Airdrop it to him.
Goodness.
Airdrop
That's
it
a real
to
one.
the iMac.
That's a real one.
Yeah. Mine was 42 and a half by 22 and a half. And I'll never probably ever catch one like that again.
Dude, that's
And it was badass
insane.
fish. It had a big old sea lion gash down his entire side, like just completely opened up. And he had sea lice from top to bottom, like all down his back, all up his sides, like, and he was already colored. All the sea lice on him, and he had this big old red cheek and like
Warrior.
pink sides. Like, dude, he came in like ready to just kill other bucks. Like, he was like, I'm coming in to spread my genes, boys. It was a badass fish. Someday when I can afford it, I'm gonna get that thing replicated. I took a bunch of pictures and a bunch of We have videos of it way back in the day. That's when we were filming on like GoPro like 3s or 2s back in the day.
The little gray ones.
I'm gonna do the same thing with that one. That one or this one's a sick one too.
Yeah, except that.
Yeah.
That's a real
Dude,
one.
I got ripped hard.
Oh, I'm sure.
Too.
That's horrible, dude. Kid, don't show Cam. He'll rip you too on it.
Or that one. That's a
Why?
nice one.
Because he's wearing freaking wool gloves.
What? No way.
On a huge fish.
Oh, just kill it. Why don't you just kill it right there? Kill it. That fish is dead.
That is such a cool looking
I'm
fish, though.
kidding.
What do we got? Has anyone said any monster? 41 by 22. That's a giant, dude. And to me, nowadays, and even just not even nowadays, like that's as big as they get. Like, mid 20s into 30s is like that's when you catch one of those, you might as well not.
Yeah.
You're done.
That one was 39 by 19. That was like the closest to 20 pounds that I think you could get without actually being 20 pounds.
What's this one?
That's huge. 41 by 22 is huge. It says estimated is 25 pounds. That's huge.
See, I got that one that was like 20 and a half around just last week, and it was like
Deegan,
I couldn't imagine a 22 or.
Mike Deegan, did you land it or did you lose it? Dude, if you lost that, I'm gonna feel so.
What?
You need You need to send
What
us
was
an
it?
email.
I caught one big enough to
Straighten.
straighten a brand new Sink It series jig, which
Wow.
that took some talent.
That's a-
and probably
Look at Ultimate Egg here comes in with 42.75 by 22.6.
Well, he cut the line, obviously, around him. Oh, that's awesome.
Dang. That's a big one. That's big.
Look
Dude,
at
look at
Jared's
that head on
comment.
that thing.
Look at Jared's comment.
I didn't see it.
I ate Jimmy John's sandwich the other day that was 18 by 6. Oh, that's great.
I caught it on a maglet. Brought it in, ate the Sammy.
I'll see if I can find that big one of mine.
You showed me just the other day at the Sportsman Show, I think.
All right, next favorite.
Yep.
Let's roll it. I knew we were gonna do this.
Well, because I found it on my old computer and then I took a bunch of pictures
Spoons for
off my old computer.
Steelhead in high water. Yes or no?
Spoons?
Spoons for
Oh,
Steelhead
look at
in high
that
water.
freaking sexy guy.
Spoons for Steelhead in high water. What do you think?
I mean, I'm a fan. Why not? I really haven't dabbled too much with the spoons. I'm a big wicked guy. Big wicked lures guy. Really like to swing the wickeds.
Swing. So when you're swinging something
It's
across
pretty
the
much-
runs, it's a wicked.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing as swinging a spoon, but you're not getting the
Yeah.
thump of it. It's
Dude, look
just
how
this
young I look
subtle-
in this picture, too. It's hilarious.
I know, we're getting old. Oh, do you have it in picture?
Dude,
of it?
I found the old one. I took a picture of them all on my old computer. I found an old hard drive that has all my big steelhead pictures and stuff.
Dude hooked a stump, thought it was giant bent hook.
Look at my hand around the base of the tail.
Insane.
Like, I can't even come close to
Oh
that
my
with
god,
finger
this
around
doesn't
the
even
tail.
look like you anymore, dude.
I know.
Sorry.
Dude, he's rocking the OG original
Dude, OG
hat.
Fishing Axe Northwest hat.
Dude, look at that gill plate.
It was so big, dude.
That is so
I've
cool.
never still to this day seen anything like it. It was just, it was so big.
72
You should have heard
by
me yelling at
54.
You should have heard me yelling at Phil when he was trying to net it.
I think he told me that
It was,
story.
dude, it was gnarly. I wish I wouldn't have been turning his tail like that in the picture. It's annoying. But his tail was so big, dude, I couldn't even do anything to it.
Yeah, what do you do?
And you can see his fat that was
Dude,
just
that
pushing up onto his
adipose
belly.
fin looks
The
like
adipose fin's
big as
giant.
your
Look at it.
thumb, bro.
It's like a toolie adipose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a monster, dude. I sent
Yeah.
Clint my pictures, Marlon. Charles did.
yeah.
Anyway, so badass. That was a fun little conversation. What's next, Clint?
I thought I asked. Oh, we're talking about high water spoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. High water spoons.
No, you're a spoon guy.
I think spoon fishing in high water is one of the more effective methods, especially. I know a couple guys that fish my local river that what they'll do is on low waters, when you get 2, 3, 4 weeks of like low water and then all of a sudden you get a big rise, they'll just go to one spot and just swing spoons all day. And they'll have some of their best days doing that because those fish just go on the move and then you're just sitting there swinging a run where the fish are moving through constantly. Yep. I think high water spoon fishing is extremely effective.
And you're not getting those fish that are wanting to pick up stuff that's like subtly drifting by. It's like I'm moving, I'm charging in, and here comes an irritating spoon. And
Exactly.
Yep.
I was gonna say the only reason why I not prefer like necessarily high like dirty water. Like if you gotta have some visibility, a couple feet.
Mm-hmm.
But like one thing when you have higher water, you're gonna have like steady current, like kind of through those tail outs and some of those like longer stretched runs. You'll have current from bank to bank. Makes the spoon real effective to work through. Sometimes it makes it a little easier. Going out in summertime fishing a bunch of like slack water and probably wouldn't work.
Not
And then one thing you really want to do,
all depends on where you fish.
especially in high water, is just I like to fish heavier spoons. Like you're gonna want to use 2/3, just bigger ones. A lot of times I'll take 2/4 and stack them.
Look at the nose on that. Look how long that fish's face is.
Yeah, that's a giant.
That's crazy.
That's such a nice fish, Charles. He's got his addicted waterproof jacket on, rocking.
He says 39 by 19 on that one.
It's a monster.
Dang.
They see how when they start getting that big, their
yeah.
whole features on them just change.
Yeah.
Shoulders behind the head.
Yeah,
Gets that
when the
hump.
shoulders start to come out of the head right there, oh, dude.
Okay, go back to the favorites.
Different
Let's start
caliber.
ripping some.
Can we talk springers already? It's very soon, bud.
We
Very
got to
soon.
start ripping some of these questions.
Not quite yet.
What size? Or Cam caught one on Senko yet? No. How are you using tide charts to target?
Let him pin him up there
Fish.
first.
Sorry.
I mean,
So you're going to use it in a few scenarios. The only
Yeah.
time I'm really using it is when I'm fishing like lower water coastal rivers. I'll use it a lot.
Yeah.
But you can even some of these rivers will be affected in lower water by the tide. So lower water is really the only time I'm using it for steelhead.
Yeah.
I mean, for salmon you use them all the freaking time, but not for steelhead much, right?
fishing low in a river and then fishing in lower conditions where fish are only going to be flushing in as the water increases in those lower floodlands, kind of pushes them forward, and then as that tide drops out, the fish will then get to that tide zone and then kind of hold, or like move in and get comfortable. So kind of timing stuff like that. I've noticed going down some of these local rivers, if you're right, you almost like will go, and after a high tide, couple hours outgoing, you'll go, nothing, boom, you'll hit a wall of fish where they kind of set up, and then you'll go through them, and then that's it.
Yep.
It's almost like that fish came in on a wave, and those are the ones that are like sea lice covered, platinum, super fresh, like trying to eat your bobber off the surface kind of fresh fish. But once you have water, like the conditions that we're having this week with rain, stuff kind of moving, I think fish are like coming in and they're not cruising, they're not flushing in and out of that tide. So really in low water situations.
They're
like Marlon
on
said.
the move. On the move right now.
Go to the next favorite there.
What
No. What size single hook do you use on those
Clint,
spoons?
pin them up.
Well,
I don't know.
I'm telling you, some aren't that relevant to steelhead.
He's not.
Yeah, but
picking
I can just touch on them really quick.
Yeah. What size single hook do you use on those spoons?
2/0 and 3/0 of the Siwash hooks that we carry, the must-add Siwash hooks that we carry on the website. You can use the 2/0 or the 3/0. Both of them will work well. Just go to that first question, Clint. Oh my God. Why do you keep avoiding
because
that?
Cameron keeps sticking.
So I was just going to say, but we don't do a lot of back bouncies for winter steelhead. We'll talk more back bouncing definitely when we get into salmon and stuff like that, but it's just not really a technique that a lot of people use for winter steelhead, at least none of our rivers.
Not very common.
And we're fishing a lot of wild rivers, so usually you're using bait and stuff, and you don't really want to choke fit these winter steelhead.
Back
Right.
bouncing
on bait, so-
bouncing. You can have the same effect as you can with like back trolling. Anytime you have a fish that's in a spot or in a run, and you're feeding something to him, or he has a chance to grab the bait, and you're putting slack and stuff like, allows that fish to really like take the bait in.
It's just
and
giving
not
them
ideal.
so much
Yeah,
time
so it's
to
not
look
an
at
ideal
that.
technique for steelhead. Okay.
Cool. Any technique changes for late season steelies?
Depends on what kind of late season we get with
Yeah.
conditions. Because one thing, as we get like sometimes, not really last year because it flooded out when we tried to do our big get together in April, but like, as we get into spring conditions where waters maybe will get a little lower on the on these coastal streams and on the streams that don't have a ton of runoff. As the temperatures get a little warmer, things get a little clearer. Like you're going to be doing a lot of adjusting. I can tell you the only thing I would suggest is that as you get later into March, you're going to definitely want to change the areas that you're fishing more, like where those fish were going to go versus like where they're going to be coming through, because some of these populations are going to come in over the next couple weeks, and then what comes in before the end of March is going to be it. Like
Right.
that's what you're fishing on. You're not going to have this constant new
Flush of
influx
new
of
fish.
more fish. So I mean, you're going to change that. That's one thing I would change.
I was gonna say just where you're targeting the fish. I think.
Yeah.
Earthworms definitely work, but the problem is, I think with a lot of earthworm stuff is you just end up catching a lot of smolt and trout
Yep.
and smaller fish. But steelhead definitely will eat them. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Pecker fish.
What do you think's better, the skeins on their own or tied in spawn sacks? To me, that is always a question on whether how many, because we deal with this in the fall a lot for salmon, but it does relate to steelhead. It depends on how many like smolts and bait fish and how effective you're being. Because if you're tying spawn sacks, there's a lot of labor involved with that, but you get that protection. You get a little bit more of a durable bait, but I think there's also something to be said to just have eggs and skein floating down the river when you can fish it, if you can make them durable enough and you can keep the damn smolt and trout off of them.
Yeah.
Fair analysis?
Fair.
Okay,
Very fair.
get this one.
Marlin.
Oh.
It's about bees.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what about marlin? Sorry. A quick question about bobber fishing beads. Do you want your weight to tap the bottom and drag your bead, or do you want your bead 6 to 12 inches off the bottom? Would that mean finding bottom then coming up 3 feet? So
I would say you want your bottom weight just barely suspended, if not, tapping bottom every once in a while, because that bait, it's gonna be not directly below your weight. It's gonna be kind of set off to a side, behind it, in front of it. So having that weight directly on the bottom is not. I don't think that's the way to go. I think you want to be a little bit suspended.
And
Yeah.
you don't want to be bothered
The
on
only-
these. You don't want to be dragging.
You don't want to drag your beads.
but the only thing I would say about bottom contact is you're there.
you're there, but
And so like
so
but you-
therefore you find bottom and then
yeah, then it
knee-
says come up 3 feet. But
I
I wouldn't know
wouldn't
about,
say come
I
up
wouldn't say
3
3
feet.
feet. Yeah.
I would say come up maybe
12
6
inches.
inches, 6, 8, 12 inches. That's my
You
analysis.
want to be close,
Yep.
but you want to also get a nice natural
You got to be
drift.
in their freaking zone.
Yeah.
You,
You
got,
got to
you
be
want
in
a
it.
nice natural drift too. That's
Yeah, but you don't want to get underneath them.
No.
Fish look up, they don't look down.
pontoon
Ben-
versus raft.
Give Cam a call. He'll let you know. Next question. I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't know. You guys rode more than me. Raft, right?
Pontoon versus a raft. I think you're a little more maneuverable with a pontoon. You can straddle more. Obviously, you don't have anything underneath of you. You just have the 2 tubes.
The only thing about a pontoon, though, and I know this from my buddy who has one, like they ride deeper. It's less surface area.
Right.
So the pontoons themselves will like sit a little deeper in the water because it's all like weight versus weight on top versus the buoyancy and how much of that can be dispersed in an area. So like that is one thing I do notice. But also like the guys that are doing like real big water and they want those pontoons to like run straight. They're a little easier to row. I don't know. I'm not really that big of an expert on pontoons, but
Nor am I. I would say I'm more of a raft guy for sure. I mean, I've had a raft my whole career,
does
time I've been
Cam's
fishing.
raft survive a bridge drop? Yes, it does.
Okay, guys, let's get another
it's a
giveaway
controlled
going before we
drop.
get. So we're gonna do is give a giveaway going, Clinton, and we're gonna do that little announcement of that raffle really quick in the middle. So we're gonna take a little break, guys. We got about 26 more questions left, so we'll be able to get to them all. I feel like we're ripping through them pretty good. So, who wants an opportunity to win a Filet Away fish mat? Huge shout out to Filet Away, one of our sponsors. If you guys have not used these mats, they're pretty awesome to use. One thing I will stress about this mat is if you buy one of these mats and you tell me it doesn't work, then basically all that tells me is that you don't know how to use it. So the key to these fishing mats, guys, because I heard this a couple times at the show, is like guys saying that they didn't work very well. You got to put just very slight pressure on the fish. That is what grips it on these pins. If you just try to lay the fish on there and hold it by the head and fillet it, it's going to be sliding around a lot.
It's just like anything though. You're going to use. you got to just get kind of like used to it. But once you get used to it, you'll realize like, okay, they're easier to clean. They don't stink. They're not hard on your knives. They don't leave little bits of like the little like outdoor carpet everywhere.
Yeah.
They're non-toxic to where like I guess if one of those little bits like you were in check,
Yeah.
whatever. Like it's got like the attributes you want. Like, but if you come from like using like the carpet mats or doing anything like that, yeah, it took me like a little bit of getting used to. But now I'm like I wouldn't trade those things for anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's anyways.
Anyway, we're gonna give one away tonight. We love these things. We stand by them.
We love them
use
so much. We're gonna give you one.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we do here.
So Clinton, just pick a winner. Go for it.
Ooh, we're just going right to the winning.
There it is. Archaic Wolf. Mr. Archaic Wolf says, dang crazy.
Dang crazy.
He just won a filet fish match.
Dang crazy.
Shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your name, your address.
The orange and green ones work
Let us
fine,
know
but
that
the
you want a
black
fish
one
mat.
doesn't. I'd love to try one. Heck yeah, give me that thing. Awesome. Yeah, people love it.
Okay, Clint, pull the thing up.
Yes.
So
raffle
Cam,
time.
guys,
Yeah.
no, pull the raffle up, Clint.
Yeah.
Cam has graciously donated
Graciously.
a trip for two to go fishing, and someone made this little flyer. Whoever's running this donation. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is being ran by just a personal person who is trying to raise money for the Woodland High School senior night. So, you know, they're probably not very experienced at donations or doing stuff like that. So they set it up this way. But basically, you enter by sending $20 via Venmo. And the good thing about this is I heard right now that there's not very many people that have entered this. So you have a very good chance right now.
Odds are.
Odds are you could win. Like, I have heard through the grapevine that there hasn't been very many people that have entered yet. So if you guys want an opportunity to win a trip for two with Cam, Gone Catching Outfitters, plus some Addicted Fishing exclusive merchandise, which I'm going to be providing to whoever wins this raffle, that's how you enter. Simply scan that Venmo code, send $20. You get one ticket. $20 is super affordable, doesn't cost much. And you can help the local Woodland High School have an awesome senior night. And as you guys know, I love to support and try to, you know, help the kids or help any of the youngins any way we can. So go support, guys. Try to win a trip from Cameron. It's $20 if you got the money. There's the Venmo. Scan it. And hopefully you win. Congrats.
Yep,
If you
and
do.
that's for 2 seats to any fishery in 2024. So
Wow.
Buoy 10.
That's a
September killing month.
Yeah.
October. Salmon,
does-
tributary salmon, rafting, anything.
That's a good deal.
We'll do it.
Yeah, I just want to read it off though too. If you can't do just go to Venmo and it's WHS Grad Party 2024. So you should be able to search that and you'll see the picture. Looks just like it. So
Yeah.
Bam.
there you go.
Cool.
That's right.
It's with Cam though.
Yep. Let's see here.
Go back to.
Oh, we gotta go to our favorites. Oh, we're on our favorites. Okay.
Oh, go, Clint. Pin the first one. What do we got?
This cold weather affects fishing.
100%.
I have seen the weather and the temperature change fishing, like not even just day to day. I've seen it change it like morning to afternoon.
Oh, literally hour to hour. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a big deal.
I'll just say it. This morning it was 47 when I
Yep.
pulled to the ramp, and it was warm, and we got this cold front coming in today, like this big rain. And dude, before 9:30, it was magic. We were catching them, killing them right before the front. About 10 o'clock came. All of a sudden, you start seeing your breath. It's like, man, it just got colder. Your hands got cold. Like that temperature dropped. It had to have dropped 7-8 degrees, like during like the mid morning,
Yep.
where we were fishing. And then those fish, like they still bit, but it was like you could tell, it went from like a 9 out of 10 to about a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, they got
And we kinda-
finicky.
They got finicky for sure.
I've seen it so many times.
But we've seen it on the other way where the cold weather affects the fishing where it stinks. And then you see like that, you're there on that warm up day.
Oh, dude.
You're there where the fish start getting feisty. So, I mean, goes both ways. But, I mean, for sure, like it's a thing. And now it's not to the point where, like if tomorrow was like 5 or 10 degrees colder, would you not go fishing?
No.
I'd still go.
Yeah.
Because 4 out of 10 is still better than 0 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, and not going. But you can see those differences.
Yeah. You just might have to work a little bit harder for those opportunities.
Right. Yeah, you got to up your game, stealth your gear out, use scent where applicable,
Yep.
use bait where applicable. Like, that's where, like, it's like, oh, I cast something shiny in the water, is going to get eaten, to, like, okay, that guy over there has got something figured out, and he's, like, you know what I mean? Like, it turns, they can get real picky for a bit.
Yep.
Cool. What is WDFW doing wrong in Central Washington steelhead hatcheries? Seasons close all the time. Ringhole doesn't get returns. Yakima Basin. I mean, what is WDFW doing right in any hatchery scenario? Like,
I don't know anything about that Central Washington, but I can say that I would just hope that the managers over there are looking like what's working in the regions around and trying to apply that and actually doing something to change something versus just like not doing anything and letting it slip away. I don't really know what's the kind of the settings over there, I guess, if you would.
yeah, I don't know much
I'm not
about it
sure.
either. I honestly didn't even know that there was that.
I mean,
many
we know what
still over
works. We know how to make it work. It's just a matter if the state wants, as a person that's in charge of policy, that wants to study something, or if they actually want to get reasonable and good returns of fish. We know how to do it. Like
Results.
The results. Thank you.
Results.
Like we know it. Whether they want to do it or not, and whether it's the best interest of their bureaucracy and trying to study crap and get grants, like, oh, that's a whole nother story.
Isn't it not?
Whole nother ballpark.
Why are soft plastics considered bait in Oregon?
No, he says, why the hell are soft plastics
Why are
considered
soft
bait?
plastics
in Oregon?
considered bait in Oregon? Sorry.
And I would agree.
Semantics.
That is why in
It's
the
crazy.
F. It is the stupidest thing ever, and I can tell you what happened. This is what happened. You had a bunch of idiotic, stupid, moron fly fishing groups come in and affect policy with money and with certain influencer groups, and they affected people in these fisheries to change policy. And it's the same thing you've seen across
and to
every...
a feel-good policy, but not one that benefits anything, because to my understanding, like, you can still use scent in Oregon.
It's stupid.
So I can literally take a red piece of yarn that's not considered soft plastic, dip it in egg goo as my scent, and cast it out according to those rules and regulations in those rivers. Like, some rivers could be different from others. I know, like
It's
the
the-
Deschutes has their own set of rules. Like, I'm just saying blanket statement. But you could scent a red piece of stringy yarn to make look like a worm with egg goo, cast it out there. But a soft plastic unscented worm, no.
Against the rules, man.
Seems a little ridiculous.
Yeah, and I can tell you guys, just
Anybody
from-
want to shed some light on that? Sorry.
even just from talking to certain people, guys, if you want things like that to be changed back, all you have to do is get loud. Just get loud. If you have a bunch of money, sue them. Anyone out there, if there's steelhead anglers out there that have a lot of money and they just have a lot of money that they don't know what to do with, go start suing Washington and Oregon and changing our rules back. Because I promise you, if you do that,
I'm a fishing guy. I wish I had the money to sue.
if I had millions of dollars right now, I would make it my life mission to do nothing but sue them constantly. And I would change fisheries everywhere.
Get her done.
But I don't have that. So if there's an angler out there that does,
So if you got millions, please donate to the Addicted Anglers Action Fund.
I'm serious.
We'll figure it out.
There-
We'll
I-
find it. We'll find a way.
there is ways, you guys, one of the
triple
things
A.
I've
See, I just
seen
pulled that out
is,
of my hat.
why not use the same tactics that all these groups have used against us? You can sue in the opposite direction just like they've sued in the direction that they
Addicted
did.
Anglers Action Fund. I like that. I just pulled that just straight up.
It all rhymes too.
Dude, triple A.
The quad A.
No.
Addicted Angler
Triple A.
Action Fund. Oh, F.
Triple AF. It's the Triple AF, boys.
So there's my rant on that, guys. Pretty annoying, really frustrating. I don't know why that's a rule. Some of my favorite rivers that I fish.
Because it feels good. And that's the thing when you get fly fishing groups and wild fish groups involved, because they like stuff that feels good, that really makes no sense, but it feels good. It doesn't produce results, but it feels good. Yeah, well,
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of it also is just to benefit other groups.
well, sure, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they need...
How much of it is that they're pissed that those actually work and the
It's
stupid
that's
stuff
what a lot of it is.
I'm tired of watching these guys have fun with pink
I
worms.
think that's what a lot of it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally
Shut this down.
these
Even
groups.
though what's funny about that is the fly fishing groups want to do that, but there is studies that prove that mortality rates associated with catching fish on fly gear are higher than traditional gear. And what's even crazier about that is generally, for most things speaking with pink worms, is for most part, 85% of it, steelhead fishermen fish that on a upward facing jig head. Which, how many fish have you mortally hooked with a freaking pink worm in your life?
Zero.
None.
Zero.
You're always in the beak and stuff, so it's like, okay,
Right there.
never mind the egg-soaked piece of yarn that I'll just freaking throw one down the throat of a steelhead. But yeah, pink worm makes sense. I mean, whatever. Like, but it feels good that we can't use pink worms.
Well, in a lot of these groups, I hate to break it to you,
Stupid.
some of these huge organizations, whether they want to talk about it or not, they've already done it in other states. And what they do is they come in and they make these runs so bad that they make it so it's like they put all these rules to where it's only like these select elite group of people that get to fish it. Like Alex went to Colorado and he said every piece of water is like elite fly fishing club owned. You can't even like touch half the state. And like that's what ends up happening with a lot of these groups. So it's, and I'm not singling out. I know there's also.
I have heard people from the North Coast, Washington, believe and say that that is what they want to make that to. They want to make that whole North Coast steelhead permitting only, and the only way they do that is if they degrade those runs enough. They don't change it. They let it collapse. They let it get beat up to where that will happen in the North Coast. Washington. I have heard multiple
That's what I
people
heard
say
too.
that is really what is the agenda driving.
That's what I've heard too. And one of the things I want to say, because sometimes I get too much down a rabbit hole and it sounds a little wrong. I'm not singling out all the fly fishermen. I know there's a lot of amazing fly fishermen guys out there. I know there's a lot of guys that like to fly fish and like to spin fish. I'm not singling you out. I just use that as a term because it seems like a lot of those groups that are trying to do that and doing annoying things are always fly fishing groups.
Carlos, the study, just search Idaho steelhead mortality study. They basically took some stagnant populations between two dams of steelhead that had traveled a long distance. If I remember right, it was like they had, I mean, dude, it is an eye opener. And it's like not steelhead that just came in fresh from the other. It's steelhead that had been in the river for months. I could probably pull it up for you guys, but if you just do a little Google search, you will find it. You will find it. Anyway.
Okay, there's our rant for the night.
What's your favorite color little Cleo to cast?
Blue and silver all day long.
Blue and silver.
Blue and silver
I
all day
go
long.
copper. All copper. Straight copper.
That's a great one, especially clear water. Cam?
Dude, honestly, I haven't fished a lot of little Cleo for steelhead, but for spoon fishing, I am a copper guy.
Yeah,
But
copper
I'm
works.
just, I mean, I want to be honest with you guys. I'm going to. In fact, I'm thinking I might sling some film tomorrow.
Be fun.
Give it a go.
Mine's rigged up.
Okay, when is it time to switch from bait
To
bait from beads or vice versa? I mean, honestly, if you're fishing a river that can use bait, use bait. That's what I say.
100% all the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe not 100%. You got to realize, like with beads, you gain efficiency, right? Like beads, you cast the bead out, it fishes the exact same way every time. You start fishing bait, and the only reason why I say this is because a lot of the rivers that there it is. The only reason why I say that is because I fish a lot of rivers that tend to carry a large population of smolt and trash fish. So I know there are times where I will take the bait off. I will take the eggs off and fish beads because they get too problematic. Also, if I have anglers that are, when we're fishing eggs are trying to, they're not very proficient at just kind of laying the rod, they're whipping the rod, they're having difficulties casting with bait, then a lot of times it is easy to slam that bead on because that bead is fishing 100% of the time.
Yeah.
If you can get it out in the water, it's drifting, it's fishing. Where bait, you gotta kind of struggle with that. And so like, I think if you're fishing like new anglers, you're fishing a lot of anglers, like sometimes there are benefits, lots of times there are benefits to just fishing beads over bait, even when it's loud and, you know, I don't know.
I think
I see it differently because I know you guys like, I don't know.
I was just going to say, I think sometimes in a finicky fishery, beads will outstand, you know, they'll stand out from the bait.
Oh, sure, you can make your bead that freaking big.
Exactly.
You can't make your bait that big.
And you can make them some tweaker colors and just, there are times where a bead outfishes bait. I'll say it 100%. But when I can use bait, I'm going to use it. Because a lot of times what happens is it's just a little bit of, they'll catch that bite of that, you know, egg, they'll pop a berry or something, and then they'll see that bead coming right after it, and they'll see that other familiar thing, and they'll snap onto it.
Well, you said like sometimes when you're running like the bead rig, the bait is just throwing scent in the water to make
Right.
the fish react to the bead.
Exactly. Yep.
So
Okay.
it's not as cut and dry like bait always over beat. I I do use a lot of bait. A lot of the fisheries we have in Southwest where I fish, we can use bait. It's fine. I do use a lot of bait, but it's not.
Oh yeah, Todd, the bet is still on for sure. We'll get that video filmed very soon,
We
hopefully.
got to figure that out. Yeah.
What is it?
Jason and I got some windshield time in the next couple days. We're gonna figure it out.
RDK, tag ends are horrible. Cut your tag ends. Do not leave long tag ends. It will
Dude, you know what's funny
It will help
too?
you catch less fish if you do.
I have actually started trimming my tag ends a little bit more for everybody, you know, since everybody's like, hey, what's your
someone
tag
get
end
this-
look like? Here, check it out. It's actually just like that. Small.
Good. You guys are helping. You guys are helping.
Talk summer, winter, A run, B run. What are they? Where are they?
Okay. Summer. So, Jeff B., I'm just going to do
School
this
us.
as pertain to the Columbia River and some of the Southwest fisheries. I don't know if you have terminology, but when you talk summers, well, they show up in May, June, July. They come out of the ocean. Winters show up later, even though it's going to be funny because we actually, some of the Idaho boys, they're fishing summers in October, November, December. Those fish did actually arrive in summer. When you break up summer runs for the Columbia River, you do actually have a very distinct A run and B run within the summer run. So A runs and B runs could be considered summer runs. Now, when you have winter runs, you actually do have an early and late. They're not really referred to as A's and B's in the Columbia River, but you do have an early and late winter run component that arrives anytime from December, January, February, and March. So you do have these two distinct summers and winters, and then you also within those groups of fish, you do have like A's and B's or earlies and lates. Hope I got it. Did I get it? Did I get it? Did I nail it?
I'd say so.
Anything else?
Next.
What?
Yeah.
Taking my 10-minute break right now.
Marlon's on union break, guys.
Union break.
Marlon's on smoke break, union break, whatever excuse to sit there and eat popcorn chips. Is your
Dude.
mic off, or are people hearing you just sit there crunch popcorn?
Snack break.
What minnow style lures have you used for steelhead? I know an old timer that used to use bass soft plastics and swim baits for them. Well, Vaughn, we haven't done it much over here, and that's why we're going to film a video where we're going to try to do that.
It's gonna
And
happen.
It's going to be fun, and I'm bringing all bass rods and techniques, and maybe in a few weeks we will have a whole different opinion about it.
Yeah.
Give some tips for a beginner fishing plugs in the tribs.
Well, start in the main spots. Like, honestly, this might sound weird, but plug where you see other people plugging.
Don't
And
get too creative.
don't get too creative. Plug where you see other people plugging. Kind of almost mimic what they do and just kind of learn what your rods and what the gear is doing and try to applicate that in different areas where you think that might be effective as well.
That's very good, because not all runs are really conducive to effective plug fishing.
Yes.
You know, you want steadier water. You're not going to want stuff that's a real thin strip of current where stuff's eddying out. So to Jason's point, if you see guys that are kind of rowing through, maybe set up above them, let them get through the run, give it whatever time you think you need to give it before you take a shot at it, and get familiar with those real, because I mean there are real like just dedicated plug runs on some of our local rivers.
100%.
Yeah. Good-
But
good
if you're just starting, go to addictedfishing.com this Sunday. Buy some limited edition plugs.
Oh yeah, because those colors are the
Yeah,
only
I
ones
mean,
that
yeah.
will work.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah.
We strategically
They don't have a
plan
number
I-
to
our
a certain
dropped
number.
That-
calendars.
They don't say 250.
The color patterns are the only ones that will be effective for the next few weeks.
Yeah. There's been a couple of them in some steelheads faces in the last couple weeks.
Uh-huh. I've got a few pictures from people.
There's
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Jason's
they're good
favorite
colors.
color is in there.
That's right.
Go this Sunday, 7
Yo.
p.m.
Blue back, baby.
Blue
Light
back,
up.
black nose.
Light up.
Okay, next one. Can
What's
you
next?
catch them on sand shrimp? Steelhead
Yes.
loves sand
Dude,
shrimp.
so underfished. Back in the day,
What?
that is all,
all we
I
did.
used.
I was gonna say that was the shrimp before coon shrimp.
Yep.
They were a pain in the ass, though.
Yep. Again, another one of those baits that extremely effective bait, Tough to fish, tough to back troll.
Dude, I used to, you know where the bridge that everyone jumps off of, above where it's super deep. I used to stand on that rock on the edge. And I just free drift and go.
Oh, yeah.
Just watch them.
Expensive bait. Steelhead will.
Those suckers would eat the whole thing. I mean, you just cut the line and let them go.
Oh,
That's also the problem with it.
Yep.
Oh, I wonder why that river's no bait now. Marlin with fever. Just kidding. When do you start casting spoons? You can cast spoons anytime during the season. All the way from close season until the days they close. Don't be afraid. The water temps will fluctuate, and sometimes they're a little more reactive when the temps are up. But honestly, you can catch. I bet Bill Herzog could catch his fish steelhead on a spoon every day of the season.
For sure. If you
And Jason could too.
if you fish it, if you give it time.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
Yeah.
What?
What would you do
Gotta give
if
it
you
time.
have been fishing a hole for a while but have not gotten any bites?
Gotta give anything time to
I was
make
using a
successful,
pink worm
right?
under a bobber. Northwest, a couple things I'd established real fast is if I fished a hole and I fished it with one technique and I was in a situation where I didn't think fish were moving to me, conditions are going to play a huge role in that because
if the water's low, move around.
right, if you think you've fished out that hole, like you can change techniques and do some other things like briefly just to make sure, but you can't just like stay in that hole all day casting the pink worm unless the water's up, and you would have it water's up, low light visibility, cloudy dark day, visibility is less than 3-4 feet, and the river's a little bigger, fish can move. Like you got to have that kind of like, are fish moving to me or am I moving to fish? Well, after that, then if I fished a hole with a pink worm and I didn't get anything, I didn't think anything else was going to show to that hole, I'd leave and go fish something else.
Agreed. We both agree with you.
Yep.
Consensus is unanimous.
Yes.
If I put a bait caster reel on a spinning rod, the rod looks upside down. Does the rod still work?
I've seen people do it.
Probably
It
still
does.
works, but
Not to the best.
not to the maximized abilities of the bait caster or
Yeah,
the rod.
I mean, if you put a bait caster on a spinning rod, you're going to have like, the eyes are going to be a little heavier. They're going to be rotated. It's going to look a little goofy. You don't have a trigger to kind of hold the reel to balance it kind of up. Makes it a little more difficult. But
yeah.
you do it.
I didn't even think about the trigger.
Yeah. Yeah, there'll be no trigger there.
That's a hard question, John. There's so many
Can
good,
you do it? Oh, sorry.
There's so many good scents. There's so many good scents, man. I'm biased, obviously. I love the winter chrome blend for winter steelhead. It works extremely well. There's both in water soluble and then in the sauce. But man, you can't go wrong with like squid is an amazing steelhead scent. Sand shrimp's an amazing scent. Krill is like extremely underfished.
I was gonna say shrimp and krill. Shrimp and krill's a hot one.
You can't go wrong. A lot of those scents all work just so well. Just go to Procure's website and buy like one of each. It'll be dialed.
Yeah, then you'll have a bottle of, you'll have like 78 bottles.
Or go to Addicted's website. We got it. We got a bunch of it too.
We have the better selection.
Yeah.
The selected selection.
Benjamin, we have not released Steelhead Alley yet. We will be premiering it. We actually booked the venue just a couple weeks ago. We will be premiering it April 21st in Erie, Pennsylvania. So we will be announcing that very soon. We haven't, you guys are the first people that just heard about that. So April 21st in Erie, Pennsylvania, we'll have tickets go on sale really, really soon. It's going to be at the Bayfront Convention Center. We're going to have a big bash out there in the Midwest. It's our first one. So we expect people to drive hours. Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, all you Midwest addicts, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, all of you guys better show up to the party.
Or else we're never coming out there again.
April 21st.
Except to fish. We're still coming out there to fish.
So that's where we're going to do it out there. And then eventually, guys, probably sometime in November is when it'll hit YouTube. So we'll probably hold it and wait until the fishery is, we don't want to put it out during salmon season. People don't care about steelhead during salmon. So we'll wait and probably put it out in around November. We've learned our lesson with that on YouTube a few times. So that's when it'll be available.
Yeah.
Best
Or
lure.
come to Central Oregon.
Or come to Central Oregon and watch it with us on March 9th.
Yep.
Best lure for a river with no scent bait rules.
A worm all day long.
What if they're in Oregon, then that's a no bait? That's
Fish.
considered bait. Like I said, the no bait scent rule, it
Fish
changes
anyway until
if you
the
like go across the river. It gets weird. What?
I said fish it anyway and tell him to screw off. Just kidding.
Make sure you know your
I
rules
would
and
use a jig,
regulations,
probably.
guys.
I would probably use a jig.
Jig.
Yeah, if I was fishing on a river, I couldn't use a worm. Stupidest rule on the planet. I would probably use a jig.
Well,
You would use a hard bead? Aren't soft beads considered on plastic?
Yeah, you can't use any soft plastic.
I was
hard
just-
bead.
Man, yeah, I'd have to
That's
rock
so
a worm.
dumb.
I'd have to
How
rock a
dumb.
worm.
No, that
dude.
doesn't work because that's hard plastic.
What?
No. You can still do that. It's
No.
soft plastic. It says soft plastics in the definition.
That is so dumb.
I know.
Oh my gosh, you can fish a hard plastic bead, but you can't fish a soft one.
They can't be able to chew. They can't be able to like chew on it.
God. Man, whoever
I
from
could be
Oregon-
wrong, but
Whoever from Oregon
I
made
just
that
fish what I
rule
want,
probably
so.
should jump off the bridge. But anyway, I'd probably fish a jig. What are you using? Spinner? Spoon? Jordan would say spinner all day long.
yeah.
I would probably have to go with a spinner, to be honest.
They are effective.
Dude, the downhill spinner.
Yeah, part of me
So
wonders on like a day,
effective.
where you're fishing really effectively, and I don't know how you could do it, but like, what would happen if a guy was just sitting there casting a spinner all day? I wonder how many he'd hook, if he'd hook any.
I was literally just, yeah. We're going to play
From
with
the
that a
bank or
little
boat?
bit. We're just going to have a little
Does it
fun with that
matter?
tomorrow.
Well, it doesn't matter.
We'll have a little fun with that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Especially me, because I'm like the first guy.
This looks
Maybe,
like
maybe I would have caught more fish than somebody else we know.
maybe it looks more just like a statement from Mr. Bill Herzog. We got some knowledge from the metal god. He said, late season steelhead are the largest. Think big fish attractors like big plastic worms, spoons, big spinners.
Big bait, big
and
fish.
of course,
Big bait, big
plugs.
fish. Big bucket, yeah, big bait.
Agreed. Show.
There's just some knowledge from the metal god.
Yep.
Okay, what's the next one, Clint? Cam, I've seen Ohio steelhead caught on Senkos and Zoom lizard Texas
Oh,
rig.
we're on it. I might do some YouTube sleuthing. I'm gonna be really ready because I gotta earn that $100.
Dude, lizards, see? Tell
Wait,
me.
is there-
Oh, I got
What's
this. I
what's
can-
the big bet? I missed the bet last
He
week.
just didn't think I could do it.
Oh.
I'm like, and so he's like, I'll bet you $100, which I don't know if we legally can do that. So he's just gonna give me $100 to go out to dinner with my wife or something. But if I catch a fish on that, anyway, I don't know how it all works. You guys understand?
Okay, the next question is from Steelhead Gigolo. It says riding barometer or falling. Oh, rising. Sorry, he's probably talking about rising barometer
Yeah.
or falling best bite. Question.
Gosh, that's a good one.
I don't know. I can't say. I've had so many days where it's like, okay, this is gonna be it, and then it's like, oh no, that's not right.
But even during
the
the
opposite.
day, it changes. Like today, like I know that pressure was just plummeting, and then the fish were biting in the morning, and then the cold front arrived and it stabled, and I don't know.
The next
It's
two we
when
already-
it's-
the next two we
only-
already answered.
It's when it stabilizes. You don't want to fish the barometer while it's freaking going up and down, up and down. You want to try and catch it at a steady
Yeah.
pace.
The only time I've really I won't cancel a trip over it, depending on the people, but I'll warn them. If we have cloudy
Yeah.
weather for a long period of time, that first day the freaking sun and the high pressure sets in,
No bueno.
especially for kokanee fishing, it is always tough. And it's
Okay, it's either going to be really, really bad or it's going to be really, really good.
I don't see it really, really good too often for kokanee. Steelhead, I don't.
So steelhead. It's
Yeah.
either going to be really, really good or it's really, really bad.
Yeah,
It's kind of
On
that's
that-
in my
Every
experience.
time I thought that, I was like, oh, like you said, it's like, I'm like, oh man, we got and then it's like that's completely the opposite.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how much that affects them.
On that
Fugazi,
same note, what about the
Fugazi.
moon phase?
I'm not a big moon phase believer guy. I never have been, never will.
Only UV? You're so weird.
I can tell you,
because
Moon phase is
guaranteed,
definitely a thing.
guaranteed for bass and muskie.
Predator fish. Okay, we're talking salmon steelhead, but
But
yeah.
yeah, for bass and muskie, it's a thing for sure. And I've just seen way too many professionals talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know about salmon and steelhead. Have you ever even tracked it and tried to see if it makes
No,
any
but
difference?
I mean, we associate tides with moon phases,
Mm-hmm.
and then so but at times, even maybe not down in the estuary, but upriver, it's like, oh, okay, we're in a waning moon phase or whack whatever, and it's just like,
Dude, you know what does? Sturgeon for sure.
think so?
Oh yeah, me and Rob tracked it. An hour before the rise, hour after the rise, they bite way better.
Oh, and is that no? That wouldn't the rise wouldn't associate with. No, would it? Yeah, it would associate with the tide.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We fished 6
think-
days in a row during one of the keeper seasons, and it was a big deal. Like we would time it, and like during those rises and falls, you would get more bites. Like you'd go 3 hours without a bite, and then the moon would rise, and you get 4 bites in a row.
But what was the tide doing? Like, do you remember what the tide was doing?
The water was so high, it wasn't really affecting it, but I don't know. We weren't paying attention to it.
Well, so that okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we don't sturgeon fish anymore, so what the hell?
Anyway, who knows on that? To be decided. You guys let us know.
Good debate. I want to see some of the other people's comments on that, but
Does anyone old school drift fish anymore?
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of guys that do that. You know, I think the last couple of years too, especially Jordan, as we've been rafting a lot. You know, because I'm sitting there casting in the front of the boat all the time. He loves to drift fish behind, and he cleans up a lot of fish doing it.
I drifted fished a couple times today.
I've seen you clean up fish. Like,
yeah,
I've seen Cam do it. Like, it can be a cleanup method for sure.
if guys are all running like different techniques in the front of the boat, or you're fishing on a group of guys and they're like floating worms or floating jigs through a hole or floating beads or whatever, and you throw like that, I mean, you're gonna make definitely contact, hopefully through the whole hole, and it's something different.
For sure.
Okay, still cash in on that trip sometime. Yes, Brian. Might be up that way in September. I'll get you some dates for that. I'm going to be spending a lot of time kind of up your way. I've tracked the moon for a full Springer season. It's like the Weather Channel. Full sun. Full sun tomorrow, and it's raining. Okay. Tracked it.
I don't know. I have a buddy that swears by the moon too, but for salmon.
Trip fishing is awesome. Yes. Anyone use Okie drifter or drift fishing isn't dead. Old school ways still work great. Yeah, look at beads.
Let's get, you know what, our next question? I'm going to get another giveaway going. I think we're getting wrapped up here. We ripped through all those questions.
No, we're doing good.
The next question should be what our topic should be next week. We should ask them.
Ooh.
Okay. We're going to do one more week of Steelhead. Maybe 2, but for sure 1.
Definitely.
What should the topic next week? I mean,
What do you guys want to talk about?
Before you start firing on like getting the other people in here and stuff like that, realize we got to get them in here. But like general topic, and if we decide on a topic tonight, maybe we'll go to work and see who we can get in here if you guys want. If we want to talk, like what should?
Yeah, we could try to bring in a guest, so you guys could
give us some
love. Suggest that.
Yeah, everyone says steelhead. We're going to talk about tag ends, says Meredith.
I like it.
No
kokanee.
tag
Oh, we do need to do it. We will do a kokanee one soon. I feel like we'll do that one kind of as spring starts to come. You know, they are catching them now. It's a year-round thing.
Have we done this one this year?
I don't think we've done some plunking, and maybe we can incorporate that plunking one into a Springer and Steelhead one. Okay.
Not
good
next week, but the week after.
Oh.
Full Steelhead next week.
Someone else said
it's still
plunking.
full on March.
Someone said plunking.
Yeah, we honestly should do just a steelhead plunking one. Get Jared in here.
Yep. KVD. Yeah, sure. I'm sure we'll check his schedule. I don't think there's something like the Classic going on next week. I don't know if he's fishing it or not.
No,
but I'm pretty sure.
he retired.
I'm pretty sure he's going to be around. Teach for the beginner. Browns. Moon phases.
Another plunking one. That's a multiple plunking one.
Yeah. Multiple plunking. Walleye.
Fisherman
We should do
etiquette. The
one.
etiquette episodes are always good.
We just did a couple of them this year, but we can do it.
Have we done a bank like winter steelhead etiquette one?
No, we kind of incorporated it all, but we can kind of.
We did the etiquette one at the beginning of the year, beginning of Steelhead season.
Yeah.
Can I cast and retrieve Brad's little wigglers and maglips? Absolutely, Anthony. Absolutely.
Oh.
Teaching Clint how to catch a steelhead. That's a good topic.
Clint's infatuation with pineapples. We talked about that. Like I said,
What?
people don't forget anything, bro.
Oh my god.
Let's talk about presidential contestants. I
I'm
love
banning
that.
that guy. What
Let's
was his
talk
name?
all politics next week. Let's
my God.
do it.
It'd probably be our biggest live
It would
feed
be
ever.
huge. It would be huge. I know one of the Trumps follows Addicted Fishing, so
Who
we
thinks
could get some people in here.
one
It'd be kinda fun.
live feed a month should just be a random live feed where we just talk about anything that anyone wants to talk
Anything
about?
but fishing.
Yeah, literally just one live feed a
That
month.
would
We
be
just
hilarious.
one live feed a month. We just talk
Gotta
about.
keep it fishing centric.
No.
No, one live feed a month. We just talk
But
about. whatever.
politics is huge for fishing because I think some parties like actually kind of want productive.
Every
fishing and
single
other
one of these
parties
people listen to random podcasts, guaranteed. They
sure.
listen to Theo Vaughn. They listen to random people that are just talking about random stuff. I bet we could be pretty entertaining talking about random stuff. I know I could be.
Probably could. It's a possibility.
Especially when we get on politics, dude. I'll start ranting so hard.
Oh, this is a good one. Everybody on the Addicted crew bring in their own setups and go into detail why their setup is more effective than Clint's.
What in the hell?
Clint's getting torched, dude.
Yeah, that's a good point. Clint sucks. Anyway,
All right, I'm gonna go out and catch me a steelhead.
you gonna go catch a steelhead,
Yeah,
Clint?
I'm
Think
gonna
you're
go
gonna
do it.
huh?
I'm gonna take a GoPro.
You got to
film
do it by yourself, though.
So Anthony
All by
Turner
yourself.
says, have you actually caught a steelhead casting and retrieving plugs? And so I was fishing a river one time, and we had torched this hole. I mean, we had caught 10, 12 fish out of the same hole. I tied a Brad's Wiggler on, cast that thing out there, and started swinging it through the run, and I just got absolutely destroyed, landed the fish. It was awesome.
Hammered.
Yeah, you can catch them doing it for sure, especially in the right rivers.
I was gonna say, especially summers.
Yeah. Oh, summers for sure.
Yeah, summers will run that
Dude.
stuff down and
Where are
kill
those?
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
these
no, that was a
things.
thing
The little
for a
wee
while.
wigglers or the little wigglers?
Why is everyone so mean to Clint? Because Clint is the most deserving person to be mean to. Yeah, he harasses us off the show, guys, like you wouldn't believe. It's terrible.
Give me a
Awful.
break.
Want to fight about it?
Yes.
See, I told you. My husband's having a hard time catching steelhead. We have a bet going. I'm going to catch him before him, just like I've caught salmon and reeled with him before him. Well, okay, I think you should bring your husband fishing with me, and we'll see what we'll see how
We
it
didn't.
goes.
It didn't seem like we didn't really have very many suggestions for steelhead, and I have a feeling it's just because we've covered so many topics already this
A
week.
lot of banking
Yeah.
though.
But there was a lot of bank fishing stuff. Like I feel like, what if we just did an entire episode just on nothing but bank fishing steelhead? That would be a very big whitewater episode. You could talk about how to approach the bank and where you should be casting, how to approach the run. You know, there's a lot of guys there's a lot more guys out there bank fishing. We never really talked about just like the technique. You
Yeah.
know, bank fishing's hard.
It'd be
Talk
a lot.
about
It
moving
could be,
around,
I was gonna
talk
say we
about-
could whiteboard.
A lot of whiteboard.
We could
for bank
whiteboard a
fishing.
bunch of like kind of different waters that you'd encounter, different styles of like a
We could-
bending hole, tail outs,
If we do our
riffles.
homework, we could even get Clint a couple clips that we could play some runs off old videos.
Oh.
3 or 4 clips.
Who wants to take the over/under on that actually happening?
Clint,
Comment
that's your
now.
job. You're the producer.
No,
that's your
you
job
have
to
to
do.
give it to me.
No.
I'll get clips of like SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't
You
know what
would.
I'm looking for.
That's true.
That's
he
true.
wouldn't know what to give
That's
us.
Yeah,
not a
see?
clue. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and you want to
Wow,
go
Clint's
catch
an
a
idiot.
steelhead by
We're
yourself
good.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
there's a lot of people chiming
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
saying
Go.
the bank would be
Go
good.
hit that GoPro. Go take that GoPro up, buddy, and catch a
I think
fish.
that kind of answers that.
All
Yeah.
right.
I think next week we're going to do just a strictly bank fishing for steelhead.
Be a good
This
one.
is so fun. Okay.
A lot of people
I'm
say,
having fun, guys. This is so much fun.
Steelhead fishing sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, you should try it sometime.
Well,
cool.
I know some
I like
guys
it.
that just love taking people out in their boat to get them their first steelhead, but you know.
Okay, let's get this price back going. Go side cam, give me that thing.
Side cam. I just stuff all.
Oh god, don't do that.
Earthquake.
There it is. All right, guys, we're going to give away some more spoons here
We
from
got some
Acme.
spoons.
We got the Moonshine Lures. Big blue and black dots. Looks pretty sexy, I thought. Then we got this guy. I like the bend on that
This
thing.
live feed has been awesome. Thank you, Matt.
Bend on it. Then we got some short bus spinners, guys. We got some short bus. Oh my gosh, can't even see them. Got some short bus casting spinners. Hopefully catch a couple winter steelhead fishing.
Ray Paul says, "Crap, I'm just tuning in." Well, Ray, you can
summers.
definitely
For
go
summers.
back and watch the whole live feed.
There it is.
That's the summer killer right
Yep.
there.
So we got 4 short bus spinners, a couple moonshine spoons, and we're going.
Wait, scroll up real fast.
Clint, what are you doing?
Don't read this.
I won't.
Whoa.
Yeah, but how?
Weird.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, what are we?
You're not paying attention. That's why we're going. I wonder when Clint's gonna notice.
Oh my god, get it off of me. There we go.
Oh gosh.
Camera's starting to melt.
I gotta take it.
What did you think about that guy's like, or Alex, that picture of that whitefish? He's like, now hear me out. This picture kind of looks like Clint.
Dude, that was fun.
Okay,
It was so good. Good job, Alex.
who wants to win this? Who wants to
Okay.
win this pack? Let's see if we can break the comments.
Who wants to win it? There you go, man. Hurry up.
Did we miss any
Yeah.
super chats, Clint? Or we get them all? got them all.
You got 'em
Alright,
all.
tie some extra.
Yep.
Todd, I got you. We're working on one.
Is that ball spot going right there? Is that what's going on there? That ball spot? Am I going ball? That looks like it. My hair's all like parted right there with my hat. Anyways,
This guy, I do. Me, I would.
great feed
Great
tonight,
feed
guys.
tonight.
Even Todd knows that the heater comes
The heater's
on,
coming on, Todd. Oh crap.
That's awesome. Okay, guys, a couple last minute announcements before we pick them. Again, please go buy tickets. Come join us in Redmond, Central Oregon, at the Bash, at the Central Oregon Sportsman Show. It's a really cool sportsman show down there too, guys. So come down in the morning, walk around at the show, and then our event's actually in the afternoon. So it's 1 to 4:30 this time. We did it a little bit earlier. It's in a really, really better venue than what it's been in the last couple years. So
Yes. No, yeah. The hurricane tent.
yeah, no.
No, it's gonna be awesome, guys.
It's in a
I'm
way
looking
better
forward to
venue.
it.
So
Yep.
you can get tickets on the website addicted.fishing.
Joke
And
sets
then
are free. That's
don't
right.
forget this Sunday, mark your calendars. I don't want to be getting a bunch of mad Instagram messages and people pissed off that they weren't able to buy the custom plugs or any of the lures or anything in the drop. So mark your calendars, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time this Sunday, spring merch drop. And I know I say it every time, but it's big. The hats is insane.
Yeah.
There's so many hats.
The hats were styling.
Yeah, there's a lot of hats, guys. An insane amount. There is something for everyone, I promise you that.
Is it in the arena, Ryan asked? I think it is, isn't it?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where it's at. But then also, guys, what was I going to say? I just lost my train of thought now.
March 9th Bash tickets. Kid tickets
Already
available.
talked about it. Yeah,
March
there's
9th,
kid
the drop,
tickets.
The drop is the following Sunday.
Was it
March-
about
The drop is
Midwest
this Sunday.
premiering in
drop is this
Midwest?
Sunday.
This Sunday.
Oh, this Sunday. 5 days
No.
from now. Oh,
Yep, 5 days from now. This
5
Sunday.
days from now.
March
Never
3rd, 7 p.m. I think it's March 3rd.
sorry. Sounds
Yep.
like it could be.
Yep, March 3rd, guys. This Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Get Jason's hot plug.
Addicted calendar idea with your guide's best fish for the win. No one would buy that, Anthony. You would buy that. You'd sell like 7. Half of them.
Okay, Clint,
half
pick a
of-
winner.
Half of them to our wives.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Who is it?
How desperate is that? Oh wait, where'd it go?
Who is it?
Would
It
be
was that
pretty
one.
cool to
Why did it not
have.
show up? Oh, there it goes. I want to win. Well, good job.
There you go, Kelly Vibes.
Cali Vibes.
Cali
There you go.
Vibes.
You won yourself some short bus spinners and some moonshine spoons. Shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your name, your address. Let us know that you want it, and we'll get it shipped out to you.
Yeehaw.
And then next week, guys, we're going to talk bank fishing.
Bank fishing next week. Whiteboard will come out. Strategy on approaching bank fishing. Different types of holes, different techniques.
I just remembered. And
and
the golden ticket. We'll get
Golden
drawn
ticket.
next week.
That's right.
Boom.
That's what it was. Good call.
So tune in next week, guys. We will draw the golden ticket winner. We will also next week be announcing the winner from last year's bashes for the Old Town Autopilot kayak. So we have not won that. We have not drawn that yet. So we will be announcing that next week on the live feed for the
wow,
Old
that
Town
too.
Autopilot kayak and the golden ticket winner.
we should make some good gen on that a little bit.
Announce that we're going to be announcing it next week.
Announce that we're going to be announcing.
Actually, I
it.
had a client ask about that this last week.
Yeah, we're gonna call the kayak winner live, and then all the people for the golden ticket contest will be drawn on a computer, and we will announce the winners. It's gonna be pretty epic.
Sweet.
Bank fishing, kayaks, and golden ticket winners. Whoa.
Boom.
There you go.
Lot going on next week. Lot going on next week. Okay, guys.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Later on the water. See you out there,
on the river.
guys.